Good evening. We are here in Stamford, Connecticut, so close to Manhattan. I cannot believe how close we are to that amazing city. We are on night 3 of Pablove Across America 2012. We've ridden here from Boston. Um, we actually took a rest day today and we drove here from Hartford simply because of the food poisoning incident that we had yesterday. It would not have been responsible of us to do an 82-mile ride today because our bodies are still repairing. It's very serious stuff when you're doing 80 to 100 miles a day. You can't go out when you've been sick. It's a bad idea. So we did a 2-hour local ride here today. We were guided by a local bike racer named Dan who took us through some incredibly beautiful terrain here. We actually crossed into the state of New York briefly, came back to Connecticut. We went to Ridgefield, Connecticut, and visited a coffee